The winds of change are blowing through West Sussex schools thanks to the Engauge Project, which seeks to encourage a sustainable environment. These children at Climping Church of England Primary are the first in the county to use electricity generated by a wind turbine. Like pupils right across West Sussex, they now know all about the importance of sustainability.
Well, it definitely pays a lot of the electricity bill, how much wind there's been, and it helps us be economical.
Hi, my name is George. Engauge came to our school one day and told that our school wasn't eco-friendly enough, so we made an organisation called the Green Dragons.
The Green Dragons is a small group, select group from the school who are trying to work together to help save the environment.
It's the children who are really going to take this on board. We're lucky at Slimfold because they're already halfway there and they're really keen, but I would like to see it going even further than that and that they're really developing this in the actual curriculum.
Engauge is not just about energy saving, it's about protecting the children's future. And if we can get them involved at an early age, they would take these messages back home and future-proof our communities. It's vitally important that we start to adapt to climate change and get our emissions down, and this is one tool that we think can excite the whole community.
This flower diagram is at the heart of the Engauge philosophy. Each of its 8 petals represents a particular aspect of sustainability. It's used to gauge the school's performance and is therefore known as the Susgauge.
Engauge is based on simplicity. It's about bringing all the elements of sustainability for schools together so that schools can see a clear picture about the way that they are performing across the spectrum of sustainability as identified by the Department of Children, Schools and Families. The way that the schools can measure their sustainability is by use of the Susgauge. This is a locally developed initiative and design which simply identifies just what areas of sustainability they're doing well in and perhaps areas where they could be making improvements. Things like energy and water, purchasing, inclusion and participation, food and drink. By measuring these, using local criteria developed by local specialists, we're able to see just how well schools can perform. If schools do want to improve on those areas where they might not be performing quite so well, they can bring, via Engauge, specialists to the schools so that they can continue to make progress.
Hello!
Hello Jack, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Hi.
Hi.
To be part of the Engauge project, schools must first undergo a sustainability assessment. This identifies aspects of their day-to-day operation where improvements might be made, areas such as recycling and links with the local community.
Within the school here, but the particular areas that you mentioned before that you were concerned about with energy and water and also your purchasing and waste, obviously the Susgauge has shown that they are the areas that perhaps we could provide some sort of assistance and certainly improve upon those areas.
I think it's making us more aware of all the different aspects that we can actually improve on to make our schools sustainable. And we'll also be introducing this particular project, sustainability, into our curriculum, particularly in Year 6, where we're going to invent eco-monitors to help the school be more aware of energy saving.
Isolate it, okay? 2, 4.
While Engauge has clearly captured imaginations in many primary schools, some teachers and managers at secondary level are asking if it's really relevant for them.
We have a lot of initiatives going through this school. What's so different about Engauge? And more importantly, what will it do for us at the Weald?
I think all schools are being judged on the Every Child Matters agenda. All schools are becoming extended schools. What Engauge will do is feed into that alongside all the things that you've got to do anyway. The government has set a target for all schools to be sustainable by 2020. Engauge will help us achieve that. It'll be something that the Ofsted team will be looking into. It will become naturally part of the school development plan.
Two Engauge project specialists arriving at one of the schools in the pilot study. Helen Fazakali and Kevin Ellis are looking at water and energy use at Loxwood Primary and getting the message across about sustainability and the need for all of us to think about the world's resources. Helen and Kevin's first task is to check the school's water meter, which has a transmitting device attached to it. This will send data about water consumption to the specialist's computer. Kevin's been logging all the data to keep an eye on energy costs. So what is the device to your left, Kevin?
That is a electricity monitor. It's a wireless one, so we have a device in the electrical cupboard which has a little clamp on each of the 3 electrical phases coming into the building. And this just logs the energy consumption on each of those 3 phases.
Meanwhile, Helen's in a classroom talking about conserving water with the help of a dual flush lavatory system.
Most of the water use, about 43%, is used through the toilet cisterns and about 25% is used through the urinals. On average, the schools could save 12% of their water volume, and the financial range of that is from £11 to £1 to £1,654.
So some schools could save £1,600 on their water bill?
Yes, the larger secondary schools could save that.
Members of the County Council's Safer Routes to School team go out to schools to encourage the pupils to travel more sustainably.
Hey, Nibbles! Nibbles is a very, very, very healthy sheep. He loves walking, he loves cycling up on the South Downs, don't you, Nibbles? Yep, he really does. He's also a very travel-wise sheep, and he loves to travel whenever he can in a sustainable way. Sustainable means
The Travel the South Downs Way scheme has developed curriculum links with children and young people services. These relate to points of interest along the South Downs, including links to geography, history, science, art, English and maths.
Hello, I'm Marilyn Eva. I'm pleased to be working on the Engauge Project, and particularly with the food and drink sector. We know that by 2020 the government recommends that every school is a model of healthy, sustainable and local food. Bury School is a shining example of good practice. They've always had a commitment to the environment with their food-related activities. Pupils visit farms, go on farm walks to find out where their food comes from.
You ready? Well done. Where did your thumb land?
Recycling's an important issue for every school. Here, an Engauge specialist gives a practical demonstration of the kind of materials that can be recycled.
Tell us what you think it is. Keep your eyes closed. What does it feel like? Are you ready? Keep your eyes closed. But I'm not going to tell you what it's made from, okay? Look, it's glass. Well done. Well done. Thank you. So that's exactly right. So that glass bottle gets made into things like this. Imagine. Got all melted down and made into a glass platter.
And here, Peter Stockwood, who's in charge of premises at a secondary school, shows how his commitment to recycling classroom chairs saves hundreds of pounds a year for the school budget. The Extended Services programme in schools offers many opportunities for enhancing local well-being. Parent support sessions help families share their experiences in coping with the demands of growing children. Some schools now have information points where advice about local services is on offer, together with links to support groups within the community. The Department for Children, Schools and Families would like all schools to make sure their buildings are cared for and sustainable. And they say the grounds should be used to bring pupils closer to the natural world and to help them learn about sustainable living.